Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some it's not. And the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it. Now, first, I want to say happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Stay aware of your surroundings and watch the company that you keep, y'all. It's very important. And speaking of company that you keep, I want to get back into this Jamie Foxx stuff, y'all. Because you know, something is taking me back here again. I don't know why it keeps doing it, but it's a message that needs to be put out. And I guess I have to do it, y'all. Okay? Remember we was talking about how when Aaliyah did Queen of the Damned and stuff, and you know, it seemed like it opened up some type of portal, and you know, it brought bad luck to her. Remember we was talking about that? Well, Aaliyah movie wasn't the only movie that bad luck came to her after, you know, she did what she did, okay? And I'm thinking this could be what's tied to Jamie Foxx as well, okay, y'all? Not only one movie, but two movies, you know, had owls in there and all that stuff in it. And it just seemed like it was just a really some type of spiritual or symbolic thing that was going on with Jamie Foxx with these movies that he was doing. Okay, y'all? So I want to get into just one example of bad luck coming to a whole set of people when they did a particular movie. So we're going to start with The Exorcist, y'all. We're going to talk about The Exorcist. I'm going to play this little clip, and then we're going to start talking about Jamie. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it, y'all.
The Exorcist. What better way to start this video than with The Exorcist, a 1973 movie that was one of the first of its kind to be released, that is loosely based on the supposed real-life demonic possession of a child called Roland Doe and his exorcism in 1949. The film caused people to faint in the cinema and is still considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. So when you hear things that happened during filming, you would swear something evil was watching over and letting the people know that what they were making a movie about was not fictional. For starters, the set home of the McNeils was destroyed by a fire, but oddly, Regan McNeil, the 12-year-old possessed girl who the film is based around, was left completely intact. Then, in one of the scenes, the actress who played Regan's mum permanently damaged her back when her safety harness did not work correctly. The scream that she lets out in the movie is her real reaction to the pain. There were also very strange feelings of darkness on set that left the people involved wondering if they had made a mistake in making this movie. Then there are the deaths. Two of the actors featured in it died before its release, and the brother of Max von Sydow, the man who played Father Merrin, also mysteriously died on the first day of filming. But the worst is the story of Mercedes McCambridge, the lady who provided the terrifying voice of Regan's demon. Life after filming was difficult, and his son ended up killing his wife and children before committing suicide. Now, we don't know the full story, but it's said that in his suicide note he was full of resentment towards his mother, to which of course people have linked to the demonic nature of the movie. To top everything off, in a complete fluke occurrence, The Exorcist post-production editing was done at 666 Fifth Avenue in New York City. So it could all be a coincidence, but there are too many strange deaths and occurrences surrounding The Exorcist for you not to see why people still believe that it stirred up something evil.
Okay, y'all. So that was just one incident. That was just one movie where there was so much evil in this movie that it followed them. Okay, it followed everybody in this movie. Okay. Jamie Foxx, I said this before, he's not used to making these type of movies. We're not used to seeing him in movies that's so dark. But for the year of Skull and Bones, he decided to dip and dab into some dark mess. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. Now, like I said before, not only do you see the owl in Strays, okay? The little movie about the dogs and stuff, and he has, he's playing Bud. And he's the dog that's, you know, mingling and tingling with the owl. And remember, I was telling y'all that that's a form of disrespect to owls. You know what I'm saying? People that, you know, isn't to all this owl stuff. And I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that Jamie Foxx, before he, you know, had this little medical emergency, Remember, I was telling you all that he had all of these posts about, Michael J. What is this name? Michael B. Jordan, all over his IG, y'all. And remember, I was telling y'all that I ain't seen nothing about him on Michael B. Jordan's page, but he got Michael B. Jordan all over his page, okay, y'all? Which is odd to me for a man to have another man all over their page like that. And then if you so close to this guy, why ain't he posting anything about you or get well soon or anything, okay, y'all? So let's go into some stuff. Like I said, one movie, Strays, had the owl on there, the symbolism stuff, okay, of owl. And then now the God is a bullet. It has, people on there with owl tattoos all on their necks and all kind of stuff. It's weird, y'all. It's very weird. So let's go into this movie. And remember what that guy just said about when they do movies that's kind of like a true story, true events, then you have to watch out for doing movies like this. Well, God is a Bullet is inspired by true events as well. Okay, y'all. So I want y'all to pay attention to this. And it's based on a novel by Boston Tarrant. Okay. Now I want y'all to just look at some of the sinister stuff that I just did screenshots of the previews. Okay, y'all. And excuse me, y'all see the upside down crosses? So you have to be careful when you're calling yourself trying to get into stuff like this, because it can follow you home, okay, y'all? And for Jamie, somebody that is known to be healthy, okay, takes care of himself as far as, his body and stuff like that, to all of a sudden just, go through this medical emergency and then they don't even know what it is. They're still running tests on him and all kind of stuff. It's weird, y'all. It's very weird. But I want you to just see some of the scenes from this movie and let you know how dark and down and deep down that rabbit hole that Jamie went to be in this movie right here. Sometimes it's better to just turn down roles when it comes to stuff like this, because you can't explain it, y'all. You can't explain the things that's going on. So this picture was weird to me. It just seems odd. It seems ghostly. Patriot Pictures, XYZ Films, and I started putting this stuff into the numerology just to see what would pop up, and it was weird stuff popping up under this stuff in itself. Okay, y'all. So let's keep going. It looked like you see two ghosts, one in the water and one standing over here to the side already when you're just looking at this. Okay, was this movie, some type of portal that Jamie Foxx opened for himself. Okay, y'all? And I'm going to tell y'all about symbolism. It's a lot of symbolism, and even other movies. A lot of actors that do, horror movies, they tend to try to stay away from, true stories, like objects that was actually used or that they're talking about in the movie. They like to use a replica. They don't like to use the original. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And they do this for a reason, because there is a history of things happening to actors and stuff going on, them seeing things. It's even people that, did movies of being, had to do an exorcism in the movie. They actually had to do an exorcism after they did the movie too, because they said that it brought demons in them, y'all. So just pay attention to this. And you seeing all the darkness, and of course you see, the symbolism right here. You seeing all the darkness. This is scenes from the movie. And this is Jamie. And I noticed that he got these white spots all on him. Now, I started looking up everything. But I noticed another thing that caught my eye about this movie. Jamie Foxx has a prosthetic arm in this movie. And I'm going to tell y'all this. This makes me think about this whole Bionic Man stuff and Bionic Woman stuff that was popping up, and how it's connected to the Bionic Woman, and her name is Jamie and all of this, and they have to put her body together. Y'all, this stuff is weird, okay? This is really weird that these movies, came to this, and Jamie Foxx is where he is right now, okay? A lot of symbolism. The tattoos on their faces, their necks, everywhere. It was a lot of symbol that they put on Jamie Foxx as well in this movie. And mind y'all, I told y'all, in this movie that Jamie is playing, he is playing the ferryman, which is somebody that is already gone. Okay, I already broke down the ferryman. Okay, y'all, but yes, this is who he's playing in this movie, and he has a prosthetic arm. Now, I told y'all, symbolism is very important. And when you is doing these movies and people are doing these movies, it's easy to open themselves up to demons. Okay, y'all? So the symbolism is off the chain in this movie. It's so much demonic stuff going on in this movie. The people that's in this movie look so sinister. Okay, it's creepy. But at the same time, it actually looks like it's going to be a good movie, to be honest with you all. It actually looks like it's going to be a good movie. And stuff like this teaches you about symbolism, to watch people, and I'm just telling you, look how this guy looks. These people in this movie looks creepy as all outdoors, okay? And like I told you before, a lot of people have issues after they do these type of movies. And this is where Jamie Foxx ended up at, doing this, and it's coming out in the year Skull and Bone. Now, mind you, it's a lot of skulls and bones in this movie too, y'all, okay? A lot of skulls. And Jamie Foxx has skulls tattoos on his body in this movie, as well as symbolism and the pyramids, all that stuff. He has these tattoos on his body because in this movie he's a tattoo artist as well too, y'all. Weirdness, y'all. Weirdness. So much darkness, it don't make sense, y'all. Okay? You see the snakes that she has on her arm. This is when they take the little girl that's in the picture that everybody is trying to get back. Okay? Just a lot of sinister stuff. Now, I want you to see the pyramid that Jamie has on his body. He has the pyramid on him. And y'all, this is what I said. They look at this as a movie, but at the same time, you have to also look at stuff as spiritual. It's symbolic. You see the skull over here on the side. You see the pyramids. He's, I think Jamie went into some stuff he shouldn't have messed with, y'all. Okay? He's a comedian. He make money off a lot of stuff. And it just, it's a spiritual war going on right now. And you have to be careful of, the things that you're putting out to the world right now. Because, y'all already know the stuff that's going on. And it's bad. He has 2 skulls on each side of him. And remember when right before Takeoff got taken out on Halloween night, y'all? He had that skull in that video next to him and stuff in that video that was made the same night of Halloween. Y'all, it's some weird symbolic stuff that connects to all of this mess. It's weird on so many levels. And when you doing these movies, you can't be having them putting all this symbolic stuff on you and this and that and that and this. You can be cursing your own self and your families. Okay? These are more scenes, and you see the devil horns and all this stuff over here to the side. You see all this stuff, Jamie over there, all around, all the devil stuff over there in the back. Okay, Jamie shouldn't have never did this movie, y'all. He shouldn't have did this, seriously. And like I told you, he got symbols all over him, and this is his arm in the movie. And it's weird because when you think about prosthetic arms and stuff like that, you think about scientists and you think about the bionic woman and this and that stuff, type of stuff comes up. And if you go and just pull up pictures about prosthetic arms, it still looks as if like the people that's from where he's at right now. It's weird. Everything that Jamie was doing in these last days before he had this medical emergency was dark. He was doing a lot of dark stuff, just like and I have to throw this out there. Remember when Young Dolph was doing all of this Illuminati mess, putting it all in his videos and this and that and that and this, and then he was taken out right away after he started dipping and dabbling and stuff. Some things you got to stay the heck away from, y'all. Seriously. I don't care how good of a person you are, good heart or whatever. God don't like ugly, y'all. And this is ugly, okay? Just pay attention to all the symbols that he has on him. He also has some skulls on him. You can't see everything, but if you all go look at the previews of this picture, it's a lot of he got skulls on his body and everything. Not only is he got all these skulls and symbolic stuff on him, You know, he got this little eagle right in the middle of his neck. He just got a lot of symbolic stuff on his body as well, y'all. This is some strange stuff. Very strange. And I just think that he opened up himself to a lot of demonic stuff in this movie. And it could have just followed him home, y'all. I'm just saying. They said Jamie Foxx went off at that, you know, that movie set. And he wasn't himself. And this could be a part of that, y'all. This could literally be a part of that. All of the symbolic stuff. And, you know, this is sad. This is other scenes from the picture. Like I told y'all, all this and I would not be surprised if this guy ain't demonized already, that he have some issues after this movie too. With all the symbols that he got all over his body and the upside down cross. You can't play with God like this, y'all. You cannot. And Jamie has it amazes me how when people win awards and all this stuff and they thank God and this and that and that and this, and then you turn around and you be involved in some mess like this, you know, you have to be careful what you're doing out here in these streets, okay? You just have to be. This picture is so dark that it's ridiculous. And, you know, this is my first time seeing the previews of it. I had just did the numerology on it at first. But then now you get to the part where they're actually showing you scenes from this. And it's so dark, y'all. It's so dark. Look at all this mess that's in this movie. Just complete demonic mess, okay? Satanic, ritualistic mess, okay? This is what Jamie Foxx did, y'all. This is what he did. This is the movie that he did. And this guy right here, this is the guy from Game of Thrones. He was, you know, one of the guys on Game of Thrones. And I was like, wow, this is where you done went to now. You out here playing these demonic pictures like this. You know, this is weird. Look at the symbolism, y'all. Everywhere, all over this place. And then for Jamie Foxx to have skull and bones tattoos on his arm and everything and on his body. And now, you know, it's the year of Skull and Bones and he's in the hospital pretty much trying to fight to get his life back. It's weird. And they just showed some recent pictures of his family and one of his friends going to visit him. And the look on his friend's face is, I'm going to try to pull up a picture of it. But he has a skull on his face, on his chest right here, y'all. He has a skull on his chest. You got to be careful playing with, you know, this type of mess. Okay, y'all? You have to be. And now he's in a scientific lab right now. Ability lab. And he's getting worked on like a lab rat, y'all. It's weird. And, you know, you're seeing these prosthetic arms and stuff like this. This is weird, y'all, on so many levels. God is wrath. This is what this says. And just look at all the symbolic stuff. This guy has, I think this is the one that has the owl on his neck. He has, one of the guys on here, he has an owl on his neck tattoo. No, it's her, the female. She has an owl on her neck. If you look at this picture right here. This is the second time that, you know, he just did a movie, 2 movies that come out in the same year with the owls on there, which connects him to Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan is connected to Drake, and he's supposed to be, you know, God 6 or whatever he called himself, 6 God or something he called himself, the Satan God. Y'all, this is no coincidence. Not at all. Everything about this movie, you know, I wouldn't have wanted to be on that set. Not to even watch. And you see the skulls on his chest. Some stuff you have to turn down. All money ain't good money, y'all. It really isn't. All money. And then you see the serpent. You see the snakes in here and everything too. You know that serpent always got to show his face. And she got so much demonic stuff all over her body, y'all. You know, I was just looking at this girl like, po child. You know, is it this serious, y'all? To be an actor that you to risk something like this. I'm just saying. This is so sad on so many levels. This comes out June 23rd, y'all. Now, when I put in June 23rd, 2023, 313 popped back up. Remember, I kept telling y'all about this 313 is very... This 313 pops up a little bit too much for me. And all the subliminal meanings that comes with this 313 is demonic. A lot of stuff that, you know, occult stuff pops up under 313. All kind of weird sadistic stuff pops up under this. Spirituality, all of that. You can't mess with this type of stuff, y'all. You can't play with certain things. You can't. It's a possibility that you can bring demonic stuff to your homes. Remember I was telling y'all this, that, you know, certain objects can bring, you know, demonic stuff to your house. Yeah, you have to be careful what you're doing out here. Juju popped up under the date. Just the date alone that the movie is released, Juju. And y'all know about, there's some good juju and some bad juju, but the majority of juju, when you bring up some juju, that's that dark magic. It's dark magic, y'all. I think Jamie Foxx got himself into some stuff, and I said this before, that he shouldn't have even been messing with, y'all. Hell and heaven pops up as well, y'all, which just lets you know that it's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual fight right now going on, and people are making their choices. Some people is picking that dark side, and some people is picking, you know, God. And it's sad, but this is, you know, this is what was popping up. Prosthetic arm. I put prosthetic arm in, y'all. Television host pops up when I put that in. And y'all know that Jamie Foxx is a game show host on television. Hosted by Jamie Foxx. Beat Shazam. Okay? He's a television host. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Rap-A-Lot Records popped up as well when I put in prosthetic arm. And I was like, you see the 165.66? Look at this, y'all. Prosthetic arm. And remember I told y'all that this guy is, you know, Michael B. Jordan is connected to Mob Taz now. And remember I told y'all that, you know, for him to be being extorted on the set, somebody is trying to get some money out of him and all of this. I was like, you know, if you go back to his IG accounts and stuff like that, it leads you into the direction of, you know, people that has already been extorting people out of money. This is how Jay Prince makes his money, allegedly, extorting people. And he ain't stopping with just the rappers now. He's getting into these actors. He's got boxers and stuff under his belt now that he's extorting money out of as well. Don't think it's all good just because you see him with, you know, defending Drake and all of this. They paying big money for his protection and for him to be speaking on them. They're paying some big money, y'all. And I said this the other day. I said it's so weird that every time NBA Youngboy or say something about Drake or whatever, you know, Jay Prince jumped in and acts as if, you know, he's protecting Drake and this and that and that and this. I can see it if somebody is, you know, they run into each other and they have a little, you know, pause session. But just for him to mention his name, he jump on there and start going at NBA Youngboy. It don't seem natural, y'all. It seemed like, you know, Drake is, you know, is it a possibility that Jay Prince and Drake been mingling and tingling? I'm just saying, y'all. Allegedly. That's how he acts. When he act the way he act about Drake. It's weird. It's very weird. Illuminati cards popped up too under this mess. This is no coincidence. This guy has a clothing line, Drake. The Owl clothing line. This is his best friend. If they ain't more than that, y'all, because we have heard rumors, I'm gonna say allegedly, but we've heard rumors of some mingling and tingling on both sides, that they swing that route. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know, I ain't there when they doing it, but we have heard on both sides that even Drake swing that route and Michael B. Jordan. Okay, y'all. Why is Michael B. Jordan all over Jamie Foxx is his IG? And this brings you back to the point where I keep going back to the same thing. Who was with Jamie Foxx before he had his medical emergency? Did somebody swing by and give him a visit? Y'all, I'm just saying. Because they're very quiet about who was around him and this and that and that and this. And this guy that's sitting down next to Michael B. Jordan, you see he has on the Owl clothing line. okay, as well. These are no coincidences, y'all. No coincidences at all. Okay? You have to watch the company you keep. And Jamie Foxx was going down a rabbit hole he shouldn't have went down. And I truly believe that, y'all. Okay? Um, Look at Drake and them all hanging out with Puff Daddy, and they claim that Puff Daddy is the one that throw all these parties. And everybody's acting like, Jamie Foxx is innocent in this, but he's not. Jamie Foxx went to these parties. He participated in parties where he barely had on anything. And they were playing basketball and all. I know y'all been hearing all the rumors allegedly that went down with Jamie Foxx and them throwing parties with barely any clothes on and all men playing basketball together. This is some weird demonic stuff. Okay, y'all? So don't just blame Puffy for having these parties. If you're gonna blame Puffy, you gotta blame Jamie too, because he came. And not only did he come to these parties, Jamie Foxx brought his daughters to a lot of these elite parties as well. Who brings their daughter to some mess like this? If it's all so bad, why did you bring your daughter too? And I told y'all, is they considering him to be a snitch in the industry? Is this why he's in a laboratory right now, basically? The Ability Lab. Because, being treated like a lab rat, y'all. Because snitches, they always label them as rats. I'm just saying, y'all. It's weird. Body Snatcher pops up as well, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever saw that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But this is a movie that came out in 1978. And this movie was about people being duplicated. They were being cloned. And at the same time, he got a movie called Who Cloned Tyrone or something like that, y'all. Make this make sense. Body Snatcher pops up. And did they snatch his body, y'all? Did they snatch Jamie's soul out his body from just being involved in calling himself going down a rabbit hole that he shouldn't have went down? Another thing popped up is spirit cooking. Now, if you don't know what spirit cooking is, it's nothing but satanic rituals being, did somebody put some kind of mojo on Jamie? Okay, y'all. Look at all the symbols that he has on his body for that movie. It's weird. Jamie Foxx was getting himself into some stuff he shouldn't have been getting himself into, y'all. And it's not all that great to just, even if you are an actor, you can turn down certain roles. You don't have to do, everything that's thrown your way. But he did. And it just makes me wonder who added the owl symbolism into the movies and all of this stuff. And for him to be so close to Michael B. Jordan, you would think that he wouldn't even want it to be the puppet that was in that movie humping on that owl. He would have been like, no, let another dog do that. I'm not gonna do it. It was like he go into stuff full force, but he don't even pay attention to the meaning and the symbolism behind it. Just like Takeoff did that video, and he got skulls and all this stuff next to him. And Quavo didn't have the stuff in his scenes, but you got it in Takeoff scenes. You have to pay attention when you are a rapper, all this stuff. And movies that you're taking, you have to be careful. It's just like I told y'all about when they did the Aretha Franklin movie. Remember I was telling y'all about that? And then, it's supposed to be Aretha Franklin. She's supposed to be the queen of soul. She's supposed to be this church person and this and that and that and this. Yet and still in that movie, right in the middle of the scenes, they flashed 666. Okay, when she was going up the stairs, and that looked like the L platform or something like that. When I was telling y'all, the reason why they throw this stuff in there is, you gotta be careful. And then I kept seeing my girl, what's her name? The one from Chicago, the singer that won, that played in the Aretha Franklin movie. She was wearing that Queen of Soul, remember that chain? And I was like, she better start wearing that chain, especially with that 666 symbolism that they flashed in the movie of that Respect movie. And I after I put that video, I ain't see her wearing it anymore. Not saying that she watched my videos, but I noticed that she stopped wearing it. And so you have to be careful. You have to question things when you get these roles. A lot of people is so greedy. And that's another thing that popped up about greed in the numerology when I was doing this video right here. Greed popped up, gluttony. You're so greedy that you are You will take these roles even if it is against, God, y'all. They'll take these roles anyway. And it's just that karma that come back from it. Ask yourself this question. Music producer popped up. Order of Jesuit popped up. Okay, y'all? Under this prosthetic arm stuff. Okay, y'all? This was popping up. Remember I was telling y'all that, all these people are connected. And they're connected, not just the mob task part is connected to Puff Daddy, but Puff Daddy is connected to Clive Davis now, which is over Jamie Foxx's record label, his record deal, his music. So y'all, it's a lot going on when it comes down to this. Another thing, when you talk, think about mob task, he was born October 31st. Evil is evil, y'all. I don't care how you look at it. Evil is evil. Now, some people that's born on October 31st, they not into all of this mess. And they're not out here extorting people and allegedly taking lives and stuff like that. But when you are into stuff like this, you have to, you have to question, is this a part of the evilness that comes from Jay Prince, y'all? He was born on Halloween. He's connected to this owl clothing line and all of this stuff. And Jamie Foxx was mingling and tingling in their circle, y'all. He was mingling and tingling in that circle. And it's nothing else you can say about it. This is some weird stuff. I want to just play one more example of a scary, a horror movie that had curses. Okay, y'all? I want to play one more.
The Possession. The 2012 film The Possession tells the story of a young girl who goes to a yard sale with her father and buys an antique wooden box. She discovers the hidden lock and opens it, releasing a malicious spirit called Dybbuk, an evil spirit from Jewish lore. The girl soon becomes possessed, and the film follows her father and his ex-wife of them trying to rid her of the evil that's taken over. It's all loosely based on a story from 2000 about an old wine box called the Dybbuk box that is currently owned by Jason Haxton that is said to have brought bad luck and tragedy to those who have owned it. Well, when filming for The Possession began in 2011, Jason Haxton asked the producer if he wanted to use the real Dybbuk box. He refused, saying he was scared of it, and actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is a skeptic, also agreed not to have it on set, as it was not worth the risk of causing bad luck or even death. Shortly after rejecting the real box, strange things started to happen on set. Director Alban Needle was stood underneath a turned-off neon light when it suddenly exploded without explanation. He said that of all the neon lights he's been around, never has one exploded like this without reason. Jeffrey Morgan said this happened several times, and there were also other things that happened that were weird, such as cold drafts in closed-off areas and feelings of there being an invisible presence watching them. By the end of filming, the cast and crew were pretty freaked out, but the strangest was to come. About 5 days after filming had finished, a storage house in Vancouver that contained all of the props for the movie, including the replica Dybbuk box, completely burned to the ground. After investigations, there was no reason for how or why the fire started, and it's still a mystery to this day. So was it just a coincidence, or was the real Dybbuk box curse responsible? The Passion of the Christ. Directed and produced by Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ chronicles the last 12 hours of Jesus' life. And despite religion being such a controversial subject, the film was a success and went on to become the highest-grossing religious movie of all time. But making a film like this came at a cost for those involved, and there was believed to have been some kind of evil curse associated with it. Let's start with Jim Caviezel, the actor who portrayed Jesus Christ. He was physically harmed during the filming of some of the brutal scenes. He dislocated his shoulder, was accidentally whipped, and was also allergic to the heavy makeup he had to wear, which gave him headaches and skin infections. That sounds like your usual actor problems, but it gets worse. During some of the filming, Jim suffered from hypothermia and was also hospitalized with pneumonia. And how about this? He and the assistant director were struck by lightning. The saying is that lightning never strikes twice, but it did. The assistant director was struck again, but was not seriously injured. When the film was finished, despite Caviezel's critical acclaim for his portrayal of Jesus, his career stalled and he has not starred in any high-profile films since. He said playing Jesus wrecked his career, which was something Mel Gibson warned him about. Speaking of Mel, people have linked his meltdown after filming to the curse. As soon after the movie was released, his 26-year marriage was in trouble, he was arrested for a DUI, and battled alcoholic addiction for some years later.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because I want to talk about Jamie Foxx since he made this movie. Since Jamie Foxx has made this movie, somebody that went from being very private went from being private to all his businesses all over the world now. Everybody's talking about Jamie Foxx. They're digging up all the skeletons and bones out of his closets right now. Y'all pay attention to this. And take note that you have to stay away from certain things. Is this the end of Jamie's career, y'all? Not only has put a dark shadow over his head, it's putting one of his daughter too. Because now people are seeing how she really is. Okay, that she's, a big liar. Everybody's starting to get peed off about her. She seems arrogant. Stuff that she used to seem sweet to people. It didn't turn into a flip side now. Okay, y'all? And believe it or not, all of this hospitalization that's going on with Jamie, that's going to knock his money down a lot, y'all. It's going to knock a lot of stuff down. Money coming in his pockets. He's fighting for his life right now. He's fighting to get back to himself. And there are rumors going around that he cannot talk, y'all. They're in his house, rearranging his house. So allegedly, y'all, that, he can get around in a wheelchair. Stay away from certain things. Okay, y'all? People got to stay away from certain stuff. I don't care if it's paying you $10 million. But if somebody is going to be putting symbols on your body and skulls and bones and this and that and that and this and upside down crosses, you have to be a type of person that can say no to things and turn down certain money. This happened a lot when people were turning down roles because they didn't want to get stuck. Remember, y'all? They was turning those roles down. And this is what this is about too. You have to make the choice out here about what you're going to do and not going to do. Since Jamie Foxx came out, you can go way back into when he was on In Living Colors, y'all. And if you go back to In Living Colors was all about pretty much all of this Fruity Pebble stuff that's going on right now. They was pushing that way back then. And it's only particular people that they're gonna put in stuff like that. Okay, y'all, I'm just saying. Everybody wouldn't put on no dress. So everybody wouldn't been able to be on that show. But when you're a person that'll do anything to be on a show to make money, then you're the type of person that's open for demons. Because you would not turn down nothing. Okay? Go back to Living Colors. If you haven't watched Living Colors, go back and watch it, y'all. Even his role that he played, Wanda, and all that has subliminal meaning behind that name, Wanda. That he was playing. I think it was Wanda or something like that. He was playing on In Living Colors. When he was wearing the dresses and all of this stuff. They pushed a lot of LGBTQ stuff in Living Colors. So is y'all surprised that Jamie Foxx been hanging out at Puff Daddy parties when he was way back in the days, playing these type of roles? They don't give these roles to people for nothing. A lot of these people have this in them already. And now it's stuff coming out now. We always thought that Jamie was this ladies' man type of guy. We just figured he didn't like, women of color that much. But he was a ladies' man still at all. Is this why he never got married, y'all? Ask yourself this question. Has he been Fruity Pebble all along? I'm just saying, y'all. Jamie Foxx got a lot of darkness that's, surrounding him from way back yonder. Okay, y'all? But anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this video. Do y'all think that Jamie could have possibly opened up some type of portal, open himself up to demons? And this is why he's having all the bad luck that he's having right now. Because his daughter is even looking bad out here, y'all. And this is how, a lot of people that did these movies, not only did they have problems, but people in their families had problems too. Look what happened to the woman from The Exorcist. She played in that role as that demon that was talking to the little girl, and then through the little girl, and then after she finished that movie, her son took his whole family out and then took himself out too. You have to be careful what you're doing out here. Okay, you cannot play with God. And a lot of people is out here mocking him, and is this just karma coming back to people? You got to ask yourself that question as well. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about the video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you so much for watching. Peace.